Karen, welcome to the program.
Hi, Casey.
Hi there.
I have a few comments, and number one is thank you for expertly facilitating the Lincoln Day dinner for the Republican Party.
Thank you.
Back a couple months ago.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I did a semi-okay job.
You did it better than that. And you know what? I don't expect you to be in this South Bend area too long. I think you probably have headhunters calling you already.
Oh, I've had headhunters hunting me down for years. It's just, here's the thing. People ask me this all the time. When I get asked questions about my career, one of the things is, why are you here? Well, first of all, this is a pretty nice place, and I work for a good company with nice people. There have been people who have offered me jobs. I considered one seriously and almost went, didn't ultimately. I have been offered LA and other places and things like that. I don't want to live in LA, and I don't want my family to live there. Yeah, they're going to pay me more money, but then I also have to deal with LA and the cost of living in LA, which really isn't more money. So it's like, I don't want to be in LA. So, there have been people who have reached out into various markets, but I have learned that if you stop chasing big markets or things like that, you're going to do pretty good. As long as you go to a place where you've got a good company around you, you've got good people around you, and the company is innovative. And I think that is, for me, that's one of the most important things. The company has to be innovative. It's one of the things that drew me to Federated Media here. They were very innovative. So I think if you do that, you're going to be pretty good, but you never know what could happen. I mean, ultimately, sure, I think we all want to be syndicated. I don't know anybody in this business who doesn't want to be syndicated. But the opportunities have to be there, too. And the national syndication companies haven't been doing very good over the past couple of years. I would like Federated Media to be a syndicator. Be perfectly honest with you. I've been pushing them for years to do it. We have a lot of talented people at our radio stations. We're already regional. It makes sense to start taking the best of our talent and start pulling them through our properties first and then selling those properties, those talents to other radio stations and other markets. But I don't know if they'll do it. I hope they will, because they have the capability to, but we'll see.
Casey, my reason for calling is I was listening to your commentary on the way home from the Republican headquarters, and I heard you speak very kindly and truthfully about Sean Haas for mayor. He is a sterling person. He knows a lot about South Bend and a lot of things. He's not just focused on, he's not focused on investments. He's focused on the city of South Bend. Infrastructure, police department, and on and on. And I think he deserves all the the credit that he needs and the encouragement that he needs with the support of the Republican Party and all others who can do that. And I'll be out walking and talking and promoting him. And thank you for your commentary.
All right. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. And thank you for the kind words as well. You take care. Here's the thing. Look, I've met Sean. Okay? I like Sean. I have not met Mueller. I've heard nothing but good things about Mueller, that he's a nice guy. Sean speaks highly of him. They went to school together. Here's the thing. My reasons for wanting this to be a competitive race are selfish twofold. Okay. One, really good for my career. Anytime you have a very competitive race, it is good for what I do for a living. So if I can take a non-competitive race and make it competitive with honesty, okay, obviously you don't want to be deceptive about it, but what I see, that's what I see. And I know political campaigning. I've seen those patterns before. I've watched these sorts of things happen. So I have some experience in this stuff, and I can see that there is this huge fissure. By the way, how do I know that what I'm saying is accurate? Because I had a bunch of liberals really angry texting me when I talked about that segment in the 3 o'clock hour today. They were foaming at the mouth, angry, many of them, which tells me that there is a lot of truth in what I'm saying about this divide with, in particular, the black community in South Bend and the Democratic Party. They are angry that the Democratic Party hasn't represented them. Okay, why not give the Republicans a chance? Now, what's interesting is that they're, oh, you're a hack. Okay. I've said the same thing about Republicans in the state legislature, but of course, I'm not a hack then, right? I'm not a hack when I'm bashing Republicans at the state level. But so a little bit of it is selfish because of my career. The other part of it is I see great potential in South Bend. I really do, and I rip on the city a lot. And I complain about the city a lot because there's a lot to rip and there's a lot to complain about, but there is tremendous potential here. It's just not being exploited. And so part of the reason that I did the segment that I did in the 3 o'clock hour that she was referring to is not only is it career-wise selfish of me to want to see a competitive race here, but it's better for you. It's better for the residents of South Bend. It's better for the city if there's a competitive race because competition makes things better. It's that simple. You know, if anybody can waltz into the mayor's office simply because they have a letter next to their name, how invested are they in being innovative? How invested are they into earning your vote or keeping your vote for their reelection campaign if they know you're just going to give it to them? Which means they're really not going to work all that hard to make the city better. They're going to do what they need to do to get reelected. And that's it, the bare minimum. And if the bare minimum is, well, you have a D next to your name, so you have a 90% chance of being reelected anyway, why put in the effort? I mean, look, the voter turnout in Pete Buttigieg's reelection campaign was dismal. But he'll run around and tell you that he won by a wide margin. Sure, he did. He didn't really have an opponent. He didn't have an opponent that was very good. That opponent wasn't really supported by the party, although I don't really blame the party for not supporting her all that much. But nobody showed up. So yeah, he won, but there wasn't that many people who voted. So it's better if you have people competing for your vote, and then you get ideas and you get strategies and plans, and then you can hold them accountable to those promises. But if somebody can just waltz in there by not talking to the press, not debating their opponent, and just, because they have a letter next to their name, that doesn't help anybody. Honestly, it really doesn't help anybody. And I would like to see the city of South Bend succeed. I really would, in spite of all of my criticism of the city. You can't do that without competition. Anytime you have a monopoly, it doesn't benefit anybody. It really doesn't. And you can look at any place in the country where it is super, super easy to get one party elected, and guess what? You will find some form of stagnation or ignoring of certain issues and problems. You will always see that. So yeah, selfish to have a good race for my career, but I also want to see the city of South Bend succeed, and you can only get that if you have these two guys going at each other's throat with good ideas. That's it. So sue me for wanting you guys to have a better city than you have now. We got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.